dear children. In the last video, we have seen about mainly the death of Anne Frank and the incidents connected to that. How she struggled to survive in the annex along with her family, and how they got arrested, and what are the struggles she had gone through in the Nazi concentration camps, and how her father survived, and he got to know that his wife and his both children, Anne Frank and Margot, had died already. And after that, the Miep, the typist, had given the diary of Anne Frank to him. Up to here, we have seen in the last video. So let us continue. A week after the Frank family had been arrested, Miep had boldly returned to the annex. A heap of papers lay on the floor. Miep recognized Anne's handwriting and decided to keep the diary but not to read it. Had she read it, she would have found detailed information on the help she and other people had given the Frank family at the risk of their own lives, and she might well have decided to destroy the diary for reasons of safety. So, after 1 week, Frank family had been arrested. After 1 week, they got arrested. Our typist Miep, she went to the annex and she saw some papers. Just it was there on the floor. It was laid on the floor. She collected all the papers and she found it was Anne Frank's handwriting. She collected all the things and she decided to keep it with herself. But she did not read that. If by chance, if she read, then she would have destroyed the diary, because in that diary Anne Frank written everything, including the helps that Miep and other people had done for them while they were hiding in the annex. So that if anyone reading that would lead to a risk for their life, Miep's life. So Miep, she didn't read that, so she just kept it with herself. It took Otto Frank many weeks to finish reading what his dead child had written. He broke down after every few pages. As his old mother was still alive, she had immigrated to Switzerland where the other near relatives lived. He started copying the manuscript for her. Some passages which he felt to be too intimate or which might hurt other people's feelings were left out by him. The idea of publishing the diary did not enter his mind. He gave one typed copy to a close friend who lent it to a professor of modern history. So, first, just Otto Frank received this Anne Frank's diary, these papers from Miep. So, he started reading the diary. After each and every page, when he is reading each page, he had broken down, because what his dead child had written, there was everything. We already have seen that she had marked in that the trust what she had on her father, about her mother, about her sister, about her life, her feelings, emotions, thoughts, sadness, happiness, everything she had written in the diary. So when he was reading that, he was feeling so sad. He felt like he was breaking down after every pages. So at that time, Otto Frank's mother, still she was alive, she emigrated to Switzerland because their relatives were living in Switzerland. So our Otto Frank, Anne Frank's father, he started copying that every pages to a nice one. Like it was normally written copy she had written in the diary. Then after that, my typist had given a book for her. Then after that, she had written on some chemistry notebooks. So this all the things he collected together and he started copying to a good book. While he was reading the diary, some pages which was having so intimate and very like sensitive, we can say very intimate and very some passages were there which can hurt other people by reading. Those passages he by himself only he skipped. He didn't write that, because Anne Frank marked each and every moment of her life in the diary. So some passages will be having so intimate, like will be there in the diary, and some passages which was about the strugglings and sufferings what they faced there. So some passages which can hurt others, even that also he left out. The idea of publishing the diary did not enter in his mind. While he was writing that, he had no idea of publishing this diary, and just he want to keep it safe. He want to write it neatly and he want to keep it safe with him. That's all. But simply just once he gave a typed copy to one of his friends. One of his friends had collected one typed copy from Otto Frank, and that was collected by a professor of modern history. One professor had just happened to read this diary. Much to Otto Frank's surprise, the professor devoted an article to it in a Dutch newspaper. His friends now urged Otto Frank to have Anne's diary published as she herself had wished. In one passage, she had written, "I want to publish a book entitled The Annex After the War. My diary can serve this purpose." When Anne's father finally consented to publication, the manuscript was refused by two well-known Dutch publishers. A third desired to accept it, and he sold more than 150,000 copies of the Dutch edition. So one of the professors, he happened to read the diary, and just as a surprise for Otto Frank, the professor, he had written an article in the newspaper about this diary. After that, many of his friends, they came and told to Otto Frank to publish the diary, because in the diary itself, Anne Frank had written once that she wanted to publish a book entitled The Annex After the War. So in the diary only she was written that she wanted to publish a book about the life in the Annex after the war. So she marked that my diary can serve for that purpose. So if anytime I can publish a book on this name, The Annex After the War, then this diary will be helpful for that. For that sake only she had marked everything in the diary. So as her wish, Otto Frank's friends had told him to publish the diary. So at last Otto Frank desired to publish the diary. He went to two main publishers of Dutch, main two publishers he went, but they did not agree, they did not accept that, they refused the diary. Then one third publishers, they accepted to publish it. Then after publishing, they sold nearly 150,000. 150,000, more than 150,000 copies they sold in the Dutch edition. Others editions followed, 250,000 sold in Britain, a like number in Japan, 435,000 in the United States. Otto Frank began to receive hundreds of letters. One from Italy was addressed Otto Frank, father of Anne Frank, Amsterdam. A few people doubted the authenticity of the diary. Most wrote to express their admiration and grief. Girls of Anne's age poured out their troubles. "Oh, Mr. Frank," wrote one girl, "she is so much like me that sometimes I do not know where myself begins and Anne Frank ends." Numerous people sent small presents. Some exquisite dolls were made for him by Japanese girls. A Dutch sculptor presented him with a statue of Anne. On the birthdays of Anne and Margot, flowers arrived anonymously. So first when they published in the Dutch edition, they sold 150,000 copies. Then after that, in Britain they sold 250,000 copies. Same like in Japan also, they sold nearly the same number as in Britain. Then in USA, United States, they sold nearly 435,000 copies. After publishing this, after people started reading this diary, Otto Frank had received a number of letters from all over the world, different countries. One letter came from Italy by addressing Otto Frank, father of Anne Frank, Amsterdam. So even Otto Frank started knowing like the father of Anne Frank. So because of Anne Frank, Otto Frank started becoming like familiar for everyone. They were writing like Otto Frank, father of Anne Frank. So on the name of Anne Frank, Otto Frank started to know for other people. Then some people, they doubted the authenticity of the diary because what had written in the diary was too horrible to read. It was too like it is, which is unimaginable for the others. So some people doubted the authenticity, how much it is truthful. Authenticity means truthfulness. Many people doubted the authenticity of the diary, and many people returned to show their admiration and grief on the incidents what had happened for his family. Once, some girls who were in the same age of Anne Frank, one girl had written to him, "I am not able to find out where my life begins and Anne Frank's life ends." Like she has written like she's feeling like the same life, even my life and her life is looking like the similar. Like that, some girls in the same age of Anne Frank had written to him. So after that, number of people sent different types of gift and presents for Otto Frank. Some Japanese girls, they made some dolls and they sent it to Otto Frank. Then some people, a Dutch sculptress presented a statue. She had made a statue of Anne Frank and presented to Otto Frank. Then mainly on the birthday of Anne Frank and Margot Frank, Otto Frank had received flowers anonymously. So the whole world had given a huge response to this diary, an unexpected or unimaginable response the published diary had received. So many letters poured in that Otto Frank was forced to retire from business. The care of his daughter's diary had become his passion, his mission in life. All royalties were devoted to humanitarian causes, which he felt would have been approved by Anne. All letters were answered by him personally. Every day new ones sadly reminded him of the losses he had suffered, but he felt that there was truth and consolation in what the headmistress of one of England's largest schools wrote to him. It must be a source of deep joy to you in all your sorrow to know that Anne's brief life is, in the deepest sense, only just the beginning. So, because of this number of letters, Otto Frank had to retire from his business. He left all his jobs and businesses and he started giving his whole life, he started giving care for his daughter's diary. He took this, like caring his daughter's diary, he took it as a passion of him, his mission of life. In that sense, he started caring these things that he had written reply for each and every letters what he had received. Whenever he received new letters daily, he reminded, like whenever he receives a letter, he reminds the loss of his daughter. He lost, what are the things he lost, that letters reminded him about his daughters, his wife, his family, their happiness, everything. But once he realized, once one headmistress of one of the largest schools in England, one of the headmistress, she had written to him, "It must be a source of deep joy to you. Now you have lot of sorrow, you have a lot of sadness, but even though you are sad, this is actually a proud moment for you. You should be happy for that. It should be a source of happiness for you." Why? Because the small brief life of Anne Frank is only just a beginning. The real things are going to happen only. Just this is only a beginning. So even in all your sorrow, you should be happy for this. It must be a source of joy for you, because the life of Anne Frank, in the deepest sense, it is only just a beginning. The most remarkable response came from Germany. When the book's first printing of 4,500 copies came out in Germany in 1950, many booksellers were afraid to put it in their windows. So then the awaited moment was publishing this same thing in Germany, because these all incidents happened in Germany. They were living in Germany. Adolf Hitler was ruling Germany, so the publishing this diary in Germany was an awaited moment. So most remarkable response came from Germany. When the book first published in 1950, they printed 4,500 copies only. Most of the booksellers, most of the shop owners, they were scared of keeping this book in their windows. What will be the response of people, or how the people will respond after reading this book? Everyone had, sellers and publishers had scared. They were afraid of that. So that's all for today's session. We are concluding here. In the next video, we will be seeing how the people responded how the people responded to towards this diary, and after that this diary made into drama, and it turned and converted into movies and all. These all things, how the people reacted towards this, all things we have to see in the next session video. I hope you understood today's video. See you tomorrow in next video. Thank you. Take care. Bye.